Right, all fueled up, been sent on an errand by the good lady. Unusually it's one I can do on a bike. It's just picking up, well, a bag actually. You can fuck off, car. Car convinced it could get out of gaps that I couldn't. Prick. It's right up my rectum. Yeah, so what's going on? I've been messing around with the idea of live streaming. I've just tried it. It's not great. I think, to be brutally honest, chatting with me on a bike, you're probably better off doing it like this. I have messed around with some audio settings and this and the other because the audio's ropey. Now, I was thinking that it'll be absolutely fine. Really? I was thinking that it'll be fine because I'm using the same mic setup as I do for this. But what I'd actually forgotten there is the fact that GoPros are really quite good, and the little microphone adapter box I'm doing must do quite a lot of active sound smoothing. I did try, because it was quite so windy, I have tried covering up the vents around the mouthpiece of this helmet. It'd be interesting to see if it's had any effects on this actually with the GoPro. But I think I'll strip them off. It was fine with the GoPro before without it, and actually it's probably just going to lead to my helmet just fogging up even more than it already does. And it's not so much about visor fog for me as a short-sighted git. It's more about my glasses fogging up. But yeah, so we're kind of back to normal. Unusual for me to be out on the bike on a Saturday on a bit of a jolly, but like I say, I'm doing it on the guise of doing my missus a favour. And for anybody, particularly those married or anybody in any long-term relationship, doing your other half a favour is always a good thing. Not because it's part of the to and fro from any relationship, but just the fact it's nice to have one in the bank. Any clues, anybody? You're kind of mid-lane, but really want to be in that one. For those long-term viewers, you may recognise this route. I used to come this way to work every day. Which is a bit weird. That used to be a really popular dogging site. Ask me how I know. It was renowned. Oh, come on, people. But they closed it all down. They've really blocked it. It took them years to do it, and now they have opening hours on the gates. Always a good fun road, but not during commute times. Trying to experiment with shifting my weight a bit more around on a bike, and it does make a lot of difference, but it still feels really unnatural to me. It's a lot more work to put into, 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 a poodle, a commuter. But I am trying to shift my weight more rather than just being clamped, not rigidly, but you know what I'm saying, clamped on the seat and the tank gripped between your legs like it owes you money. I am trying to be a little bit more loose, relaxed and everything else. Just try and get a little bit more out of riding. Can certainly detect the end of summer. I've never seen so many bikes out and about. It's like people are squeezing the last out of the sun before they put their bikes away. Not I will be continuing to ride all year round, but yeah, I will never ever take the mickey out of fair weather riders, partly because with the average age of 56 I think for a biker in the UK, quite a few of the old buggers just don't want to get wet and cold, which is a fair one. But more importantly, I just think as long as I've said it before on several uploads, the rationale, the reason for you getting a bike or riding a bike is your own. And if you just do it for fun, i.e. not for routine commuting and stuff like I use it for, but you just do it for fun, well, it's not as much fun when you're wet or cold or miserable. So fuck it, put it away. Increase its lifespan by a couple of years by keeping it mostly dry, and I'll see you next summer. Too many people get all hoity about, oh, you don't ride all year round, or occasionally the ones that really wind me up is, oh god, you got a car. No, I've just got a bike. Well done. I've also got a wife, 3 kids and a job. All of those require a car at various points. I'd rather be on a bike, but it's very difficult to get 5 people and a dog on the back of a bike. Not that I've tried. Could be an interesting experiment, but yeah, just look at a few India related videos and you'll see how many people it is physically possible to get on a bike at a time. I'll come down here at the same time, there's plenty of room. Right, now, having ridden this route several hundreds of times, many times with you guys actually, I do know where the speed cameras are, so I will be a little bit cautious. Oh, I got some interesting feedback on my riding positions video actually, and one of you guys, and I'm sorry, I'll see if I can remember who and put it on. If I can remember to, I'll put them on the screen. I'm horrendous with names full stop, but what doesn't help is when you go through when your comments are fed through YouTube Studio, it tends to give a nickname rather than your like YouTube name. You know, it has, you know, WizzoWaz34 rather than John Elliott or whatever. But one of you guys who's there seems to be a lot of ex-bike instructors to watch this, is quite funny, but ex-bike instructor talking about positions 1, 2 and 3. Most people saying to me, yeah, you're doing fine, mate, which is fine. You know, I'm not looking for praise, I'm not looking for people to say, oh, your riding's awful or your riding's brilliant. It was a legitimate question, but it was one of you guys that brought up the point of saying that particularly with young kids, that sounds a bit patronising, with youngsters, they try and keep them in position 2 or position 2 generally, but slash position 3 to get them out of 1, because they've probably grown up riding bicycles, and otherwise their natural road position is off to the left like a bike, like a push bike, which is a really good point, and I hadn't thought of that at all. But so thanks. That's why I do videos like that, is just to try and I don't want to say start debates, because I'm fucking horrendous at replying to comments, but it's to get me thinking as much as anything else. But yeah, but no, thanks for those that were saying nothing wrong with what you're doing. That's fine, because weirdly enough, if you're in a car your passenger's normally the one that's saying, what are you doing that for, what are you doing that, you know, that you're equipped to be able to do that. If you're on a bike, particularly if you're like me and you very, very rarely have anybody on the pillion, and if they are on the pillion, more often than not they're not riders themselves. It's really, you know, it's difficult to get the hints and tips, if you like. Got roadworks here, I think so. Let's just pootle around them a little bit. Right, I will knock it on the head here because we are just coming up to where I'm picking up an eBay purchase for the missus. I don't really want to show other people's localities on my channel, so I'll knock it on the head and I'll jump you back in on the way back. Obviously I'm going to leave my video running though, because it's for my protection and security. Catch you in a bit.